Hello, my name is Chris and I will review the 2021 BMW M440i xDrive. That's a mouthful. Redesigned from the bottom up, I will explain some of the principal changes, look at it quickly outside and inside, look over some specs, and explain to you why I think it is probably my favorite car in the category. Then I will take it out on the road. This M440i is 13 centimeters longer, an inch wider with a wider track. Looking at it, it is evident. It looks big because it is big. The front end looks good in person, though its nose looks big in video. This is the most minimalist styled BMW I ever saw. Very few harsh cut lines, though it does not look like an Audi A5. It looks like a BMW. There is a rear spoiler, and from the back, M440i looks incredible. There is acoustic glass used for noise reduction. The trunk splits 40-20-40. I did not sit in the back, no thanks. Sitting in front, it is roomy, and this despite its sporty pretension. It feels like a solid GT car. This interior is a copy of the 3 Series, and that is a good thing. I think it is the best interior in the category. The seats are super comfortable, the thigh extender is awesome, and the leather quality is probably worst in class. There is wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility, and the upgraded sound system plays well. The 10.25-inch infotainment screen is sharp, snappy, and complicated. The 12.3-inch digital display is slick. This engine is special and the numbers are crazy. BMW and its incremental approach to this turbo inline-6 produces 382 horsepower and 369 pounds of torque between 1800 and 5000 RPM. The power delivery was, according to me, pretty stable between 2500 and 6000 RPM on the road. The 8-speed automatic transmission is not a double clutch, but the software is what is the most important thing to me. The goal of the automatic transmission is to make the correct decisions for you, and the software seems to make all the right ones. One spec stood out to me: the direct fuel injection operates at over 5000 psi. Nuts. The pistons are weight optimized. The exhaust manifold is integrated in the cylinder head for better thermal efficiency using integrated water cooling jackets. It is high-level engineering. The all-wheel drive is a rear-wheel drive in normal driving. There is a mild 48-volt hybrid system to give an 11 horsepower boost. There is brake regeneration, and excess electricity when in sport mode is sent to the battery. Does BMW have their shit together, or does BMW have their shit together? From a material science perspective, it's not just a stiff body. M440i has an aluminum hood, front fenders, and doors. There are pyrotechnic actuators in the hood to create deformation space in case of an accident. Nuts. The valves of the electric shocks offer a wide range of adjustment from sport to comfort with this adjustable suspension. I put it in sport mode and it was wonderful. Sitting in front of my computer, I miss driving the BMW M440i, and I cannot think of a car I would rather have at that price. No car is perfect. The steering feel is average, but at least it is somewhat precise. Other than that, I can't see any other flaws, though this is a big one. BMW is an aspirational brand, not just because of clever marketing, but because of continued excellence over the years, and you feel the applied diligence of skilled car makers in this M440i. It is a fitting reward to give oneself for many years of prolonged hard work and sacrifice. If I sound like a BMW fanboy, well, you're right. But this is the first one I would own in nearly 8 years. Here are my thoughts on the road. Hello car lovers, driving the 2021 BMW M440i xDrive, which means 4-wheel drive for BMW. That's the 4th take to get that one right. What to say about this vehicle? Well, it is awesome. It is awesome, and it looks better on the outside than I thought it would. So, what to say about this vehicle? Well, we'll start with the exterior styling. BMW has decided to use much less cut lines on their exterior styling. It's more rounded out, I'd say, and it really looks good. I find the lines are nice. It's almost as if the sheet metal is stretched over the car, and it has a really bulgy look, but classy. I can't complain about this exterior styling. A great coupe. You feel your money when you're looking at your BMW 440i. So what else to say about this vehicle? On the inside now, well, the inside very comfortable. These seats are great. I would say that the leather quality is not that good for an expensive car like that, but they are very comfortable. Especially useful are these thigh bolsters that even if you don't have such long legs, you're going to end up using because it makes it so much more comfortable. The M steering wheel is freaking awesome. Great grips at 10 and 2. Nice, really nice. This interior has gotten the 3 Series interior makeover, which means it's been updated. Really nice chrome-like finish here. iDrive section, very nice. Nice buttons here. The door handle, super hefty. Everything feels so solid here. So you're feeling quality, you're feeling your money. It's got a nice sunroof here, which we're not showing right now. And also the interior dash, digital, very snappy response. This iDrive, although complicated, has a very snappy response, especially when you're using the iDrive interface. I couldn't get over how responsive it is. I mean, you press it, boom, it happens right away. And that immediacy makes it feel more luxurious, more quality. It's not just the big engine, it's everything that gets upgraded when you buy these cars. So that's very nice. On the highway, Ross makes the remark, it's not noisy, but it's not as quiet as you might think a vehicle of this price costs. I have to agree with him. It's not a deal breaker, but it's just something to be noted. The steering feel, well, BMW steering, since they've gone electric, they've never really mastered it yet. It feels very direct, and it feels responsive. However, it doesn't feel, there's not much feedback, and for some purists that might be a problem. That's what I have to say about the steering. However, I will say that the suspension is amazing. I'm on sport mode. It is very comfortable. I'm driving in Quebec's very bad roads, and despite having discomfort when you're taking curves, it stays very, very flat. There's just a little bit of lean, but it's just well dosed. I like it. It's very good. And what about this engine? You press on it, the transmission, oh jeez, it really pulls you. The transmission reacts very fast. Now, are the shifts as fast as a dual clutch? No, but I think what's more important is the software, and the software reads your mind, and that's the plus value. That's the added value in terms of the driving experience that BMW brings to you with this transmission, perfectly mated with this engine too. Technology can be a little bit overwhelming. So for example, now the heads-up display has appeared. It wasn't there before. I don't know what I touched, and I don't think I touched anything, but I think there's a gesture control which causes the system to react. A little bit weird on that level. Sometimes I find the technology there, it's a little OTT. The engine is crazy. It just flies, and you really get the growl of the 6-cylinder engine. It's an inline 6. There's something to be said about 6 cylinders that a 4-cylinder engine can't reproduce, and the sound is a sensory item in terms of the driving pleasure. BMW delivers, so that's nice. Overall, I know a lot of people, they're always worried about the next generation BMW, what it's going to be like. Is there going to be too much electronics? Is it going to be too watered down? Is it going to be too comfortable? I find I'm never worried, because every time I get into a new BMW, it's always awesome, and they always make it better. And this one here, it's a little bit more fuel efficient, has a mild hybrid system. It has more power. It has a more crazy power delivery, right? When you floor it, it just pulls. It's like pulls at the low revs, it pulls at the high revs. Very linear on that level. So BMW always making their things better. Highly recommendable on the lease. I would not buy this vehicle. I've already leased a BMW. I would not own it. It's just this weird thing is that BMW does. It's not a Lexus. They don't have the proven reliability of Lexus. So why would you buy a BMW? You lease it, and after 4 years, you bring back the keys and you get another one. And I think that's the best ownership experience possible. And I think Ross echoes that sentiment. So those are my thoughts on this excellent BMW 440i, M440i, I should rather say. Don't forget that M. By the way, if you like this video, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. And if you really like it, well, of course, you should subscribe. And that is it.